What's up, Blueroof Nation? It's your boy Jonathan. You know, I've just been watching all those old superhero movies that have been coming out recently. I keep hearing all this talk about how they're making a Justice League movie and it's going to be the best superhero movie ever, going to blow Avengers out of the water. It's a mighty big thing to claim, seeing as Avengers, the third highest grossing film of all time? But people keep telling me Justice League is going to be better. Well, if you want to know the ugly truth, the Justice League is going to be better than the Avengers? Are you fucking insane? There is no way that the Justice League could ever match the Avengers. I mean, come on, let's think about this for a second, alright? The only two characters that DC has that are any good, Batman and Superman. And discounting the first two Superman movies that were made like in the 70s, Superman has never and will never work in a movie. I mean, he's just not interesting. He's too damn powerful. What makes Superman work is Clark Kent. And you don't have time to explore Clark Kent in a movie. I'm sorry, but you don't. At least not to explore him and do it well. Now, Batman. He does work, I'll give you that. Batman movies tend to be amazing. But I don't know if you noticed, he tends to work for two movies and then no longer works. Batman Forever and The Dark Knight Rises, you can't deny that those movies sucked. I mean, The Dark Knight Rises has more plot holes than any other movie in the history of mankind. It just falls apart while you're watching it. I mean, yeah, Bane was cool, but besides that, what does that movie have going for it? Nothing. Alright? And if you really don't think that Batman is the only DC character that can hold his own, what about the Green Lantern? That movie right there proves that DC characters just can't stand up to it. Or Constantine? I mean, come on. Constantine, that movie was bad. And Wonder Woman, I mean, no matter how hard DC tries, they can't make a Wonder Woman movie. And they even had Josh Whedon. The Josh Whedon. The same Josh Whedon who then went over and made Avengers the financial and entertaining success that it was. I mean, he is easily the greatest character writer of all time. I mean, Buffy, Angel, Firefly, Dollhouse. Is there anything this man can't do? And he made Avengers a blockbuster film to end all blockbuster films. And then he's bringing the Marvel Cinematic Universe to television with the Shield TV show. Marvel just keeps getting bigger and bigger. And Joss Whedon has the uncanny talent to make these people feel real and down to earth, not like just some mythical flying god flying through the air. And that's when one of his characters is a mythical god flying through the air. He still makes it believable and down to earth. He's Joss Whedon. That's Marvel for you. I mean, hell, the only Marvel movie that I was worried was going to suck was Thor. And yet Thor was amazing. It was better than Iron Man 2. Marvel just keeps getting better and better. And I mean, shit, Iron Man 3, the first movie in Phase 2, which we all know, if Phase 2 is even half as good as Phase 1, Marvel's set for life. But look at it. Phase 2 is already shaping out to be better than Phase 1. Iron Man 3 is now the 5th highest grossing movie of all time. And remind me again, what's the 3rd highest grossing movie? Oh yeah, that's right, Avengers. Justice League can't top that. No DC movie can top that. It all comes down to it. Marvel's getting bigger and bigger, better and better. And all DC can hope to do is follow in their footsteps. But when they do that, all they're going to be doing is riding Marvel's coattail. And that's no way to run a business. So the ugly truth is, Marvel's better. DC sucks. Sorry. Please, man. Alright, you know what? Let's just take a step back for a second, okay? First of all, The Dark Knight Rises wasn't that bad. I mean, okay, maybe it wasn't the greatest Marvel movie, maybe it wasn't the greatest Batman movie of all time, but it was a badass action movie. Bane was an amazing ass villain, alright? And The Dark Knight itself was the greatest comic book movie of all time. Better than the Avengers. I mean, come on. That movie was badass. And okay, maybe Superman Returns wasn't the greatest movie ever. Maybe it did kind of suck. But you cannot look at the Man of Steel trailer and not tell me that that movie looks fucking amazing. And they're saying that Batman might be in it. If he is, that movie is gonna be mind-blowing, alright? Let's face facts. As for the Green Lantern, I'm sorry, it wasn't as bad as everyone keeps saying. I mean, I enjoyed it. Maybe it wasn't the greatest movie ever, but movies don't have to always be thought-provoking masterpieces. Sometimes they can just be good popcorn movies. Watch it, kick back, box of popcorns, eat it, enjoy it. And that's what Green Lantern was. You don't take it seriously, you don't overthink it. You just watch it while relaxing and everything will be fine. Wonder Woman? Alright, yeah, you know DC's kicking themselves over losing Joss Whedon. I mean, yeah. I'll admit that. But, I mean, oh, and Constantine, before I forget, you mentioned Constantine being bad. Alright, let's take a look at the Marvel supernatural villains. I mean, alright, the Blade movies were pretty good, but Ghost Rider, the movie just keeps getting worse. And how do you have a remake with the same actor playing in the role? I'm sorry, I like Nicolas Cage, but he needs to step away from Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider peeing fire, that's just lame. And that was the best part of the sequel. That's sad. Like, that movie was god-awful. I'm sorry, it just was. And they had Giles in it from Buffy. He was in that movie. What the hell? He's better than that. I'm sidetracked. Anyways, any Marvel fan poking fun at DC movies really needs to take a long, hard look in the mirror. Yeah, maybe Marvel's making great movies now under their own flagship, but how did they get there? Oh yeah, that's right, by renting out all of their properties. And how did that work out? X-Men 3 was the X-Men franchise lost its director and writer to a DC movie. Be it it's that crappy Superman movie we talked about earlier, but still, Marvel directors and actors jumped ship from Marvel to DC. I mean, hell, Ryan Reynolds jumped ship from playing, I forget the name of the character on Blade, and fucking Deadpool over on Marvel, and swapped over to DC to play Green Lantern. Everyone jumped ship from Marvel to DC because DC does it right. Not to mention the fact that, alright, as bad as X-Men 3 was, and man, that movie was fucking horrible. I mean, Juggernaut not even knowing who Xavier is, that's his half-brother. Or the fact that the Leech kid, who's supposed to be green, by the way, affects Juggernaut. Juggernaut's not a mutant. He's affected by that, I cannot pronounce that guy's name, Karak, whatever. That crystal. It gives him his power. He's not a mutant. That Leech should not affect him at all. The fact that they did that is just bullshit. And come on, those weren't X-Men movies anyways, those are Wolverine movies. Wolverine is not X-Men. They are two separate entities. Yes, Wolverine is a member of the X-Men. And yes, apparently he runs a school now. Team Cyclops. Anyways. Those movies were all about Wolverine, and that's bullshit in and of itself. I'm getting off topic. Next up, Spider-Man 3. How do you destroy Venom? Easily the greatest villain of the Spider-Man universe. And they fuck him up so horribly. They made a black version of Spider-Man. Like, oh, the costume's black. There already is a black costume Spider-Man. He was in the first half of the movie, and he's supposed to be a badass. I'm sorry. Tap dancing does not make you a badass. It kind of makes you whack. I'm sorry. That was just bad. Then, I mean, as much as Marvel... So, I mean, Marvel's characters are all over the place, and as much as Marvel might not want this to be true, they can't even get all their horses in one stable. I mean... No matter what, Marvel is incomplete. The Marvel Cinematic Universe is not complete. It's not one whole universe anymore. Their characters are too damn scattered. They can't even get Galactus back from Fox. I mean, yeah, Fox has a track record of screwing people over. Firefly. In case you didn't hear, I said Firefly. But, they're going out of their way to screw over Marvel, not giving Galactus back despite how horribly they mishandled the character. Not to mention the important thing of the second that Joss Whedon announced, oh yeah, we're using Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch in Avengers 2, Fox announced, oh, we're using Quicksilver over in X-Men Days of Future Past, which sounds amazing and I can't wait to watch, by the way. But, what's the point of that? Now, all of a sudden, Joss Whedon can't announce the fact that Quicksilver's a mutant or the son of Magneto. Now, excuse my ignorance, but what else does Quicksilver have going for him? He's a mopey, moody version of the Flash, who's already a useless character. The only two things going for him is he's a mutant and Magneto's son. And you take that away from him, he's useless. I'm sorry, he's pathetic. I hate Quicksilver. And Scarlet Witch is crazy bitch. I don't like her either. I'm getting off topic. I'm sorry. Point is, Marvel can't even get their stuff back in house. I mean, Sony rebooted the Spider-Man movies within what 10 years just so Marvel can't get them back. People are determined to keep Marvel separated. It's crazy. It's crazy. I'm sorry. It is. But besides all of that, at the end of the day, DC is going to do it for one simple reason. Everybody loves the Justice League. If you're from our generation, you grew up watching the Super Friends. After that, they had the Young Justice, they had Justice League, they had all that shit. People love the Justice League. Everyone knows who the Justice League is. Before the Iron Man movie came out, nobody knew who the Avengers were unless they read comic books. That was built off the Iron Man movie. Whereas DC doesn't need to work nearly as hard to make the Justice League movie because everyone knows what it is and what it's supposed to be. And yeah, maybe Batman's not as strong as the Green Lantern or Superman or Wonder Woman, but he's smarter. He's the brains of the operation. That's why he's always the leader of the Justice League. Because Batman is the shit. Besides, Justice League is the original superhero team. I mean, hell, even the Fantastic Four was based off the Justice League. So, at the end of the day, when the Justice League comes out, not only will it be mind-blowing, but the ugly truth is, it's gonna blow Avengers out of the water. Sorry, that's just the way it is. So what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. And also, don't forget to check out the upcoming comic book movies like Wolverine, Man of Steel, and all that shit. Plus, of course, 5th highest grossing movie of all time that's currently in theaters, Iron Man 3. Turtle, turtle.